what it does, because I want the verbiage to be right, because I believe this is more of an assault on the law enforcement, or I'm sorry, on the gun dealers themselves than it is on people trying to purchase them. I think this is
Roommate's on the radio
for major lawsuits.
Going off about something.
They will be forced to block sales to anyone they have a reasonable cause to believe is at substantial risk of using a gun illegally or of harming themselves or others under this new law.
Yeah, that won't.
So how is a firearms dealer?
That'll encourage some profiling.
Now, because the background checks are not working, according to some.
That'll totally cause some
which,
profiling.
By the way, the disaster that is coming out of that. You're not going to find anyone more pro-law enforcement than me, but the failure of law enforcement that day is becoming more and more tragic and apparent, and it's a very sad thing to witness. But that kid passed a background check. We've had other people that have passed background checks. So now, instead of the government being on the hook to make sure that the background check system is what it's supposed to be, now they're going to put it on firearms dealers and say you have to block firearm sales to anybody.
July 16th, 2022.
Well, that is... I'm not a lawyer.
It's Wednesday.
But go ask a lawyer how vague that is.
You can hear more if you download the KTAR app and subscribe to the Mike Broomhead podcast. 6:24 now as we take a look at the KTAR Business Center. Data center giant QTS Realty Trust recently bought nearly 400 acres in the West Valley. Phoenix Business Journal says the Kansas City area firm paid $255 million for the land, which will be a major expansion near west of the Loop 303 between Bethany Home and Camelback Roads. Arizona Federal Theater.
Because, we don't have enough sprawl here in Phoenix.
Arizona Financial Theater. The venue in downtown Phoenix has been renamed because the company sponsor, Arizona Federal Credit Union, has a new name as well. It's the Arizona Financial Credit Union. And turning to our market report today, everything was down. The Dow fell 208 points. The NASDAQ and S&P both also were down about 17 points. If you need more money news, go to the KTAR Business Center at ktar.com. Well, it's an expensive time to live in the Valley of the Sun. We'll tell you the cost of everything is up, inflation is up, and we're higher than most of the national average. We'll have that story and tell you more about our dust advisory that is in effect until 7:45 tonight.
There's usually a gap to get onto McDowell during the light cycle change there.
Start smart with Arizona's morning news. We have team coverage coming up.
Probably
we'll also check in with Detour Dan to see how the morning commute is shaping up.
Making my U-turn here where it says new U-turn while there's a gap in traffic.
Mornings 5 to 8 on
Looks like if I don't, I'm going to be stuck.
KTAR News, 92.3 FM, and the KTAR News app.
Oh, the woman flying a sign over there.
Home, you and so many other people. We got a lot of people moving here, and there's a lot of investors trying to buy the homes that are on the market as well. So you might have been disappointed if you're trying to buy a home because you keep getting outbid.
Of course, you see somebody flying a sign like that, you never know if they're really homeless or if that's just their hustle.
SeeHomesFirst.com. It's absolutely free to use.
All right, that's an ad. Turn her down. So it's Thursday. I'm glad it's overcast because if the sun was shining directly on me right now, I don't think I'd be able to bear it. According to my weather widget, it's 111 degrees out, and I have no air conditioning. Now, I don't have a video of it, but this afternoon I went to Rob's shop. I really don't know what time it was. So this morning I fell asleep with my phone. I fell asleep, I was streaming something, and I didn't plug my phone in, so I woke up to it completely dead. Like that kind of dead where you plug it in and it stays plugged in for a while and it still isn't turning on. It's just dead. Like at one point I got it to boot, and then I looked at my blogs. I'm like, well, I should probably start my next video uploading, because I'm kind of behind on uploading right now because I'm oversharing. Because I'm just so overwhelmed by everything going on with Priscilla right now. That's what but I really want to document what's going on because it's for better or for worse. Like I just want to have a record of what's going on. I think we're probably going to end up. I like having record stuff. This is bad. So, anyway, so I started recording, and apparently that makes a situation where the phone is drawing more power off the battery than the charger cable is giving it to charge it with, and it ends up dying. And again, it's not like the light is on, it's charging. It's got an icon on the screen that shows it's charging. Hope you all can hear me over the windows. I gotta have some airflow here because it's hot. Yeah, so it's charging. It shows it's charging, but yeah, it's not coming on. So I don't know what time it was. Well, yeah, actually, no, that's just on me because I did actually open my Motorola Droid. For all the things that the Droid can't do, it can show me what time it is. I just simply have forgotten what time it is. There's that. Yeah, not even sure what woke me up or why I woke up. I just kind of woke up from a dead sleep, and at the time I'm normally up, and I'm like, no, the phone is dead. Well, that sucks. Speaking of things that the Motorola Droid can and can't do, I had mentioned that it could run the xnxx.com app. Yeah, it can't do that. I managed to install it. I managed to download the APK, and I managed to install it. But when push came to shove, and I actually tried to, I'm laying in bed and the other phone won't do anything. So hey, let's watch some porn. That'll help me get back to sleep. Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, it doesn't really work. Like I thought it was working. It launches, and I can scroll the thumbnails for videos, and that's laggy, but it does work. When I actually went to watch something, rather than streaming it treated it as a download link, and then the download looked like it was taking absolutely forever, and eventually it timed out and it told me download incomplete. Download error, I don't know, something, but yeah, that doesn't work. That's a little disappointing. I mean, it's a really minor disappointment, but yeah, that phone is just sadly just become a device that serves very little purpose due to the fact that there's just no way to get software on it that functions in 2022. It's still a decent camcorder, although when I record video on it, and it's a decent camera as well. Although when I record video on it, I do need to. The only way I can get video off it is to plug it into a PC and bring it out over the USB cable, or not USB cable. I'm sorry. Yeah, the USB cable. It's micro USB. So, and speaking of which, I know I've mentioned in a couple vlogs. I woke up last Saturday night at midnight alone. So really upset with Priscilla about that. Did she have a legal obligation to stay there and wait for me to wake up? No, probably not. I feel like she had a moral obligation too. I feel like she had, while we were kind of getting it on Saturday afternoon, she had told me that she would. I'm not 100%. I feel like she told me that she would, that she was, we were going to do these things when we got up. And, obviously we're not doing things if she leaves and I wake up alone. I couldn't find my phone. I genuinely thought she'd taken it, which she didn't. But anyway, the Droid, I haven't uploaded it yet. I don't know when I will. I have a lot of things right about it. But those 5, that video container, that phone contains 5 videos that recorded perfectly fine. It's documenting my whole, well, not my whole church day, but documenting my Sunday up to the point of the video that I'm already uploaded to YouTube. So I think it was a difficult day, to put it mildly. Until a really good friend showed up at my door just to make sure I was okay. So I left a note on his door, indicating that I was not okay. Also left notes on 2 other friends' doors. One of them I think may have come by. Priscilla said something about somebody pounding at the door, and then but she didn't answer it. And I really need to text that guy, let him know I'm okay, because I do have a way to do that now. The other person I texted, he hadn't even read the note on his door. Didn't know there was a note on doors, so I texted him, and it's like text me back, saying, "Oh, I read your note, sorry that happened." Anyway, that person, not a close friend, just somebody I recently met, somebody who I thought would be down to help me in my state of panic. So I'm making amazing time to work. To mention this morning, Priscilla actually home when I got home, so she stayed 2 nights in a row at my place. Wow. Of course, come to think of it, I think last week she stayed those 2 nights as well. Tuesday night and Wednesday night. So I guess we'll see if she's there when I get home from work tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, or if she's on a weekly routine that involves her staying the night with somebody else on Wednesday nights. I do know one thing for certain: if I get there and she's not there like she was last week, I'm done freaking out over that. She's not worth it anymore. To be honest, I want her gone. I do, and it does look like she's actually in the process of moving out. So that's kind of a cause for celebration. I mean, it's probably best that I just back off and let that run its course. Now, when I got home after the last video, because I got home, she was laying in bed, and the last video, the alarm was going off, and it wasn't waking her up. That was annoying as hell to me, so I decided it was just time to go. I went to my storage and worked on crushing recycling for a better part of an hour. I went to Circle K and myself my Simple Safe drink. Speaking of which, I think I went to Circle K twice. I definitely went to Circle K twice today and got Simple Safe drinks. Now, it's my understanding that the whole thing of putting in your number is to verify that you actually get Simple Safe drinks, and that getting more than one in one day is not allowed. And you know what? Something weird happened with the cashier, and come to think of it, that's why, because I had already got my Simple Safe drink. Wow, and I totally called out the cashier on that. I'm still kind of fuzzy on what happened, but I ended up getting 2 slices of pizza and my drink for like $1.08, which is not the right amount. I think that was just his way of just not wanting to do it with me. I'm just going to give you a price that's put some. I think he just put the Simple Safe, or just put the drink in the thing and just simply charged me for the drink. And that's what that's what the other cashier told him to do, and I think that was just his way of getting me out of the door of a busy store rather than trying to argue with me. Come find out, I think I was arguing with something I shouldn't have arguing. I just at the moment I didn't remember having already got my Simple Safe because I was groggy. That's when I woke up and my phone was dead. So yeah, my phone was dead. I ended up when I got up this afternoon. So I need to talk about what happened when I got home after the last video, and then also when I got up and my phone was dead. I can kind of finish those off because I'm almost in, so I don't want to get inside and get out of the seat. So when I got back, I fully expected Priscilla to already be on the phone and working, but no, she was still sound asleep on the couch. And I forget what time it was. I want to say it was after 8. It was well after 8. In fact, I think it was almost 9. Anyway, I'm just so disgusted with her and that whole her working in my daughter's room thing, and the whole her sleeping and not sleeping with me thing, that I just know, whatever. Fuck it. Let her oversleep her job. You know, and why is she so tired? Like, who was she? What was she out all night doing? You know, because she's so tired when it's time for her to go to work. Those are the things that I'm questioning. You know, just because she did sleep the night at my place, and I could tell she was asleep when I got there, doesn't mean that, you know, after she got off work, which she did, it's off work shortly after I head to work, that, you know, she didn't go out and spend most of the evening with dude who bought her the bass guitar. After all, the bass guitar hasn't found its way home, so it's somewhere. You know, she's not really sharing anything with me about what's going on. It's frustrating. So yeah, the fact she's that tired kind of leads me to think that she probably, you know, probably out somewhere and stayed out late. And you know, so who knows? I certainly don't. But anyway, yeah, I was just tired, and at that point I was tired. I was tired and sweaty, but I didn't want to take a shower because I knew that would make a lot of noise and wake her up. So yeah, I'm still kind of gross right now. It is what it is. Whatever, I get sweaty in the warehouse. Hopefully I don't smell too funky. I don't think I do. I did kind of give myself a spot wash with water and a rag. So, you know, hopefully I got the bulk of it. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Well, actually, that wasn't it. Yeah, this is where it's going to get sexually graphic again. So if you don't want to hear that, yeah, just go ahead and hit stop and go to another one of your recommended videos. Just scroll up and you should see some other recommended videos. You should check one of them out right now. Because it's going to get into to become another tale of interrupted self-love. Yeah. So since I'm not having sex before going to sleep, which for the longest time, that's just kind of how I unwind before I go to sleep. I mean, with various, you know, when I live with my wife, you know, that's how I did. That's how we did. It was time for me to go to sleep. She even if when we were on different schedules, like she came in and she put me to sleep like a good woman should. I mean, same thing with most every lover I've had, from Tracy Bates to Connie Kreisig. It's just kind of, it's early in a relationship that goes that way. I kind of identify that as kind of something I need to. Otherwise, I'm restless when I sleep. And Priscilla handled that for a long time. She did. She ain't handling it now. So yeah, I'm taking matters into my own hand. Which I guess kind of explains what I was streaming when I fell asleep that resulted in the dead phone at the end of the afternoon. Anyway, I did see her get up. I saw her in the bathroom. Actually watched her pee. Yeah, I'm kind of a pervert like that. Which reminds me of a really dumb joke. So you know what the difference is between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean? Nobody has ever paid to watch a garbanzo bean. And I'm not gonna lie, like that was kind of helping me with what I was working on at that time. So she after that, she kind of surprised me by coming in the room I kind of thought that might be a possibility, so I pulled the covers over me, so it wasn't really obvious what I was doing. And at which point I still got my hand on my junk, still kind of working on that, just not as vigorously. And she comes in and lays on top of me. I guess she wanted to cuddle. Yeah, that's where we're at physically. She wants to cuddle and I want to fuck, and those things are supposed to kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, I'm not really wanting to provide one without the other. That's kind of where I'm at. If one is happening, and the other's not happening, it's not a good experience for me. It's just an annoying, frustrating experience for me. And I've told her that repeatedly, but she clearly doesn't care. So anyway, she had to have known I was still stroking while she was laying on me. She had to have known that. And at this point, like I'm into what I'm doing at this point enough that I'm kind of reaching down and I'm groping at her butt because it's reachable. I can't really touch much anything else, but I'm able to stick my hand down her pants and feel on her booty, and that felt nice and that felt good. And God, she's got great skin. God, she's got great sense. Her skin is so nice, and her ass is still so nice. And yeah, as annoyed as I am with everything that's going on, I still absolutely love that and want that. Wasn't really able to reach anything else. I didn't feel on her butt, but at one point as I was stroking, she apparently was turning her on. I was hoping it would result in us actually getting it on, which it didn't, but she started kind of grinding on me, grinding her goodies on my thigh. Maybe it was my knee, something like that. Anyway, she was grinding on it pretty good, and that was, yeah, let's just say that got me to where I needed to be, and I finished. But at this point, I'm so frustrated with what we're not doing that I didn't want to give her the satisfaction of knowing that is what finished me. So I kind of held it in and was real quiet with it. So I don't know if she knows. I don't think she knows. I mean, she's gotta know that I was stroking it. But although there were covers between. There was a blanket between her and her clothes, between her and me, and that action. But anyway, I didn't really talk much. Like I forget what all she said, and I know we had a conversation. I don't really remember it. For her asking me what time it was and me telling her I didn't know. I locked and put my phone down. And she rolled my windows up, rolled them down because I'm cooking. Yeah, so she didn't. There's the dude in the next car to the right, sitting there, probably playing with his phone rather than going in the building. And so am I can't say I blame him. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what we talked about at that point. But I think she just asked what time it was. I'm sure she realized I don't even know if she was late. 110 degrees right now. I don't know if she was like. I don't know. I think she just kind of got up and had to go to work. The American Cancer Society's Road to Recovery program is more yeah, so that was weird, but oddly satisfying. Yeah, after that, I still was. I don't know. My body's just. I've just been so needy to that end lately. that I still wanted more. But at that point, she went into her. She went in, and I think she logged in and started working. I think I heard her on the phone at that point, but I